Next up we have Tank Man, because as mentioned before, I'm definitely saving Rainbow Man for last. As that's how it went for my original playthrough. I went through the other 7 first, and then I attempted Rainbow Man stage. And well, I'll have more to say when we get to that. Tank Man stage, like the other, has a terrific presentation, great color usage, love the background. It starts off a little strangely in kind of this, like, really direct, wow, we have a new enemy just standing right there. He eventually will attack you when you get into attack range, but moreover, he'll also attack when you attack him. These are kind of like the head-popping enemies from Flame Man stage in Mega Man 6, where you shoot them and then they pop up their weak point. Weak point. Have some mines. These Mets, which are the most annoying things ever. They're not all that difficult to hit, but just the idea that you have to chase down an enemy is just, it's irritating. Like, there's no other way to describe it. You have to chase down an enemy. That's annoying. It's intentionally designed to be annoying. It's not all that tricky. I just don't particularly like the design. I mean, it's unique. I'll give it that. It definitely is unique. It's just, it's designed to irritate you, and it works. Here we have a new little popping mine. Great use of the slide to get under them, or you could kind of run away from their shots and try to jump between them, but that's a little bit more difficult. And I've learned to use the slide a little bit better. And good thing I got a life there, because I completely forgot to stock up before coming into this level from my last save. Alright, so this is where we're going to branch off to the Yoku section, for which we need Glue Shot to make it into this little hole. And I thought this was actually very well hidden. When I was first looking for the Yoku blocks, I was missing one, and it took me forever to find this one. New gimmick here, a conveyor belt on the ceiling, which makes you jump, or it directs your jump in a very speedy fashion along the direction that it's pointing. So as you can see, boom! You just kind of go flying, and we're going to get a good look at that here as well. Whew. In terms of gimmicks, it's actually really unique. I like it. I feel it actually could have been utilized a bit more in the game than it was. Ooh, having to time that pretty well. We would be introduced to this enemy if we went the regular path as well. It's your regular Sniper Joe, except this one is a lot easier than pretty much any other version that we've seen in, oh god, the longest time. Wow, thanks for the life. But the good thing is that you make an enemy easier, then you can put them in a lot tougher areas, and there's more gameplay mobility with that. So they actually put him to very good effect later in the level, which we'll see, hopefully very soon. Oh, there's my block. Okay, so once again, you need the glue shot for this. Oh, and you need to be better with it than I am. And as you can see, the glue shot is very much modeled after the concrete shot. It's not even well hidden, let's say. But damn it. I do appreciate its use in this game. They find a lot of creative uses, much more than in concrete shots in Mega Man 9. They pretty much only use those to block the lasers in Wily stages, and I hated that. Especially the way it was used in the, what do you call it, the Endless stage. Alright. Die! Oh, very poorly timed. Could have done that better. I suppose I could just jump over this guy and run, but maybe I'll get lucky and he'll drop me something nice. I've been getting really lucky. I've already got 2 lives, and I just started this level. Alright, we're just going to slide underneath this guy here. Now, here's my disconnect with the ceiling gimmick. See, as you notice, on the ground, these conveyor belts move at just a normal pace. Forget, I'm just going to kill him. So here I'm just sliding around at the normal pace, but if you just so happen to touch the top one, it sends you flying. The speed disconnect just really bothers me. They could have made this a little clearer, maybe make the arrows move faster than the ones above it, which would also work for another point in making that ceiling more noticeable. As it is, it just kind of blends into the rest of the background, and I've seen a lot of players online complain that it's not easily distinguishable from the rest of the stage. It's still distinguishable, but not easily so, and I think making the ceiling arrows move quicker will also send a clearer message that touching it will make you move along faster. But first we have a great big mini-boss, and this is actually where we're connecting back with the rest of the stage, because on the left there is where the normal path would have led us. Ow, I'm sucking even though this is a fairly easy mini-boss, until this happens. Like I said, this is a really unique use of the Sniper Joe enemies, and you could get really unlucky if they happen to shoot at the same time, because it's super difficult to dodge. But for the most part, it's they're fairly dynamic in terms of switching their patterns up. And it's a really cool encounter. I love the idea of being surrounded by 2 Sniper Joe enemies like that. Really, really cool. Nobody would ever guess this, but this is the midway point. Yeah, I know. Strange. A midway point with 2 enemies on the screen, and just nothing really to signify that it's a midway point. This does not feel like a midway point at all. I do not get it. I think they just kind of wanted to go with the idea that there should be a midway point after the mini-boss, so there we go, and wait till we just get to Rainbow Man stage so I can complain about that too. But here, this is a great example of the disconnect here between the slow-moving floors and the quick-moving ceilings, especially when they're both used in the same spot. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. And here we have a nice trap if you jump too high, so we'll short hop so that we don't get sent into those spikes on the right wall. Again, really like the music in the stage. It's particularly catchy, but in a kind of not too overly generic, super fast Mega Man way. I feel that the calmer tracks in this game actually really stand out, and that's effective. A lot of kind of fan Mega Man remixes tend to all sound the same after a while, and I really like how this one stands out. We're not going to deal with that guy up there because I do not want to, so instead we're going to take this little shortcut below. If I wanted to heal up down there, I would go down there, but it's not really necessary. I'm doing fine. Nice little mix up here. Let's just run through that. We don't even need to bother with it. Not much to this area. You just kind of have to time it correctly to knock that guy down. Here we have a great use of the ceiling mixed with some spikes and enemy placement. If you actually try to jump across there, you'll just land on him. So what's really effective about this is that This is probably the only time in the level that I really appreciate these Mets in their retreat fashion, because jumping right over the spikes after you activate the Met will make you land on him because he retreats before jumping forward again. So in this situation you have to kind of start him off, then wait for him to come back so that you can kind of glide over top of him. And I think that's a really neat addition. Oops, that's not what I want. Yay, I just got a free E-Tank from that last little piece. That's going to be useful because I'm going to need those a lot when we get into the Wily stages, trust me. Another little big enemy that we don't have to worry about. I'm just going to run past him and revival of these guys. I really don't understand the design. I don't know why they're wearing ties. I don't know. I just don't know. It really doesn't fit the theme too well and looks kind of silly, but whatever. Oh, thank goodness I fired that quick enough. I could just finish this guy off with the Nitro Blast, and I kind of regret not doing so, but whatever. Another short hop section, but that one's really, really tricky. So here, let's just distract this guy by sending him in the wrong direction, and then run for it. Oh no. Whew. That was really tricky. One last big jump. Oh no. Oh, that worked out. Oops. Nope. Oh, I did not time that correctly. Okay, let's try this again. And here we are at the boss, Tank Man. This stage isn't too long compared to some of the others, at least it feels like it. But it's really neat. Thankfully I haven't died yet on this one, and I got all my lives back, so good for that. The secret path is very well hidden, I really enjoy it. And the new enemies, although I don't like the Mets too much, I only think that new Met was used in one really good location and the rest I could do without. Overall, still a very fine, mostly well thought out level. And the boss fight, as mentioned before, the remainder of the boss fights don't really utilize the slide all that well. This one doesn't utilize the slide at all because Tank Man does not jump. Ow, he only runs on his tank treads. As for his attack there, oof, it's a little difficult to time and dodge. Oh, and I always forget about that one. Thankfully I didn't this time. You have to keep your distance so that you can get the dodge pattern for this shot really well. And this time he's gonna charge at me. Now, one thing I'm not certain about is if there's actually a difference in animation between when he does his full charge across the screen and when he does only his half charge like he's about to do now. I would like if there was some kind of inconsistency between them, like maybe if he crossed his arms more in one than the other. As it is, you just kind of have to remember which one he's going to do first and which one he's going to do second, and I don't know, that's kind of boring. Yeah, this fight is another one of those really long ones that, see, like I said there, I couldn't remember which one he did before, and that got me hit. Yeah, this fight is just really long, and I really risked that one. I shouldn't have even tried to fire that last bullet, because if I was a millisecond too late on that jump, I would have died. But yeah, this fight is just another one of those ones that takes too long, and, I don't know. It feels like you're just doing the same thing over and over again. It's really rote repetition, and you're just whittling down his health one bit at a time, and it gets boring quick, because you're just repeating the same circuit over and over again until he's dead. Another situation where the charge shot would make it a better fight, because it would go a lot quicker if you happen to, you know, fire the right shots, do more damage at a time, and you're not just playing this game of counting the seconds until you happen to beat him. And no use of the slide. You know, it would have been good with the charge shot. It's not a boss design that I particularly care for, if only because it's a little too simple. He's only got one attack that repeats, and then a charge, like a melee charge, and that's it. Just rinse and repeat over and over again. So overall, I thought this fight could have been more dynamic, could have had more to it. It's just a little boring, but it's nothing inherently bad. And it certainly is clever. I do like his weapon, the tank arsenal. It's deceptively difficult. It's actually really easy to dodge once you know the trick to it, but if you kind of jump in there and realize, oh, holy crap, there's 3 projectiles hitting me at once, and you try to focus on each one at the same time, it's going to really screw you over. So I do like that aspect of his design. Just needs a little bit of refinement, maybe a little bit more variety. But overall, pretty good. I'm happy.